Beloved one, listen closely, because the message you have been waiting for may not arrive from outside you at all, it may already be rising from the deepest chamber of your own soul, quietly asking you to stop searching for permission and finally trust what you have been shown. You have wondered why certain signs keep appearing, why the same thought returns again and again, why particular words seem to reach you at exactly the right moment, and why your heart has become increasingly restless with the life you once accepted without question. Perhaps you have been asking heaven for confirmation. You have asked for a sign that you are on the right path, a sign that your prayers have been heard, a sign that the difficult season is ending, a sign that the dream within you is still alive. Beloved one, I, Archangel Gabriel, come to you now with the radiant light of divine communication to remind you that guidance does not always arrive as thunder, visions, or unmistakable miracles. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet knowing that refuses to disappear. Sometimes it arrives as a sentence that suddenly touches your heart. Sometimes it arrives through an unexpected conversation, a book, a song, a dream, a memory, or an opportunity that seems to appear at precisely the moment you need it. And sometimes the message arrives through your own inability to remain where you no longer belong. Beloved one, you have been asking for clarity while standing at the threshold of change, but part of you has been afraid of the answer because you already sense what it may require. You may know that a certain chapter has ended. You may know that a habit must be released. You may know that your priorities are changing. You may know that your heart is calling you toward a purpose you have postponed for years. Yet knowing requires courage when the truth asks you to move. It is easier to remain confused than to accept an answer that changes everything. But beloved one, confusion can sometimes be the final shelter of a heart that is afraid to choose. You are not as confused as you think. There are things you already know. You have simply been negotiating with them. Beloved one, perhaps you have spent too long waiting for someone else to tell you that your dream is valid. You have wondered whether you are talented enough, prepared enough, experienced enough, or worthy enough to pursue what continues calling you. You have looked at others who seem more successful and decided that they possess something you lack. But your soul did not place the desire within you as a cruel joke. The presence of a recurring vision does not guarantee that the path will be easy, but it does deserve your attention. You do not need to know how the entire dream will unfold. You only need to take the next honest step toward it. The first step may be learning. The next may be creating. Another may be sharing. Another may be failing and trying again. Do not demand that the first step look like the final destination. Beloved one, there is something within you that wants to be expressed. Perhaps it is your voice. Perhaps it is your creativity. Perhaps it is your knowledge. Perhaps it is your compassion. Perhaps it is a message, a project, a teaching, a form of service, or a body of work that has been waiting patiently beneath your fears. You may have told yourself that you will begin when life becomes easier, when you have more time, when you have more money, when you feel more confident, when people around you understand, or when the perfect opportunity appears. But beloved one, perfection is often another name for postponement. Begin imperfectly. Begin quietly. Begin with what you have. A sacred calling does not become less sacred because its first expression is small. Beloved one, perhaps you are also experiencing a strange desire to speak your truth after years of silence. You may have swallowed words to keep peace. You may have hidden your opinions because you feared rejection. You may have learned to say what people wanted to hear rather than what your heart knew to be true. But your voice is part of your spiritual path. This does not mean speaking every thought or confronting everyone who disagrees with you. It means learning to communicate with honesty, compassion, and discernment. Your truth does not need to be loud to be powerful. Sometimes the most sacred words are spoken softly. Sometimes the greatest act of courage is simply saying, "This is what I need." Beloved one, there are people who may not understand the new voice emerging within you. They may remember the version of you who was easier to influence, easier to persuade, easier to disappoint, or easier to control. When you begin communicating clearly, some relationships may change. Do not assume that every change is a tragedy. Healthy relationships can adapt to your growth. Relationships that depend upon your silence may resist it. This distinction will teach you much. Beloved one, do not fear being misunderstood by people who have never taken the time to understand you. You are not required to spend your entire life translating your soul for those who refuse to listen. Live with integrity. Speak with kindness. Let your actions demonstrate what words cannot. Then release the need to control how everyone interprets you. Beloved one, the divine message you have been waiting for may also come through an ending. A door may close. A plan may collapse. A person may walk away. An opportunity may disappear. At first, you may interpret this as failure. But sometimes an ending is communication. It tells you that the path you were trying to force is no longer aligned. It tells you to redirect your energy. It tells you to stop investing in what cannot grow. You may not understand the reason immediately, but you can still choose to respond consciously. Instead of asking only, "Why did this happen?" ask, "What is life inviting me to notice now?" Beloved one, you are entering a period in which communication from the spiritual realm may feel more subtle but more consistent. You may notice repeated themes in your dreams. You may encounter the same message through different sources. You may suddenly think of someone and then hear from them. You may feel drawn to learn something you previously ignored. You may experience moments of deep stillness in which an answer appears without logical effort. Do not become obsessed with signs. The purpose of a sign is not to make you dependent upon signs. It is to strengthen your ability to recognize your own inner discernment. Guidance should ultimately help you become more conscious, not more fearful. Beloved one, there is a difference between intuition and anxiety. Anxiety demands certainty and creates endless scenarios. Intuition often arrives quietly and does not need to argue. Anxiety says, "What if everything goes wrong?" Intuition may simply say, "This is not right for me." Anxiety rushes. Intuition can wait. Anxiety repeatedly seeks reassurance. Intuition often remains present even after reassurance disappears. Learn this distinction gently. You do not need to distrust your mind, and you do not need to obey every feeling. Bring awareness to both. Beloved one, your spiritual awakening is not asking you to escape ordinary life. It is asking you to bring consciousness into ordinary life. Your bills, responsibilities, relationships, work, creativity, family, and daily decisions are all part of the path. The sacred is not separate from the practical. If a message inspires you but never changes how you live, it has not yet completed its purpose. Let inspiration become action. Let insight become behavior. Let prayer become responsibility. Let faith become courage. Beloved one, perhaps you have been waiting for a dramatic sign because you do not trust yourself to make a decision. But there comes a point when asking for more confirmation becomes another way of avoiding responsibility. You can pray. You can reflect. You can seek wisdom. You can consider practical consequences. And then you must choose. No external sign can remove your responsibility to live your own life. Divine guidance does not take away your free will. It illuminates your choices and invites you to become conscious of them. Beloved one, place your hand over your heart and breathe slowly. Imagine a brilliant white and golden light surrounding your entire being. Then say, "I am willing to hear what my soul is ready to reveal. I release my fear of knowing. I release the need for perfect certainty. I trust that guidance can arrive through wisdom, experience, intuition, and ordinary moments. Give me courage to speak when I must speak, silence when I must listen, patience when I must wait, and discernment when I must choose. Let my words carry truth. Let my actions carry integrity. Let my life become an expression of the light within me. Beloved one, do not rush away from the silence that follows. Sit within it. The answer may not come as a sentence. It may come as peace. It may come as a sudden recognition. It may come as the realization that you already know what needs to happen. Give yourself permission to hear yourself. You have listened to the opinions of the world for so long that your own inner voice may initially sound unfamiliar. Do not reject it simply because it is quiet. Beloved one, there is another message I want you to receive. You do not have to be extraordinary every day to be on a sacred path. Some days your greatest spiritual accomplishment will be getting through the day without abandoning yourself. Some days you will create. Some days you will rest. Some days you will feel inspired. Other days you will feel nothing. Do not measure your spiritual progress by constant emotional intensity. The soul also grows through ordinary consistency. Beloved one, your calling may unfold slowly. Do not compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Someone else may already have the platform, the audience, the resources, the experience, or the recognition you desire. But you do not know how many unseen years created their visible moment. Focus on your foundation. Build something that can endure. Learn deeply. Practice patiently. Let your message mature. Do not sacrifice authenticity merely to become visible faster. Visibility without substance can become another form of emptiness. Beloved one, if you have been receiving criticism, do not automatically assume it means you are on the wrong path. Some criticism contains wisdom. Some criticism contains another person's fear. Learn to distinguish between the two. Ask yourself, is there something useful here? If there is, receive it without shame. If there is not, release it without resentment. You do not need to become defensive about every opinion, and you do not need to accept every opinion as truth. Discernment is the bridge between humility and self-respect. Beloved one, your voice will become clearer as you use it. Your purpose will become clearer as you serve. Your confidence will become stronger as you practice. Do not wait for complete clarity before taking action. Clarity often follows movement. You discover what you are capable of by attempting what you once thought impossible. You discover your purpose by following what consistently brings meaning. You discover your strength by meeting challenges you once feared. You discover your voice by speaking. You discover your path by walking. Beloved one, there may be a message hidden inside your greatest frustration. Perhaps you are frustrated because you know you are capable of more. Perhaps the discomfort you feel is the soul refusing to let you remain asleep. Perhaps the restlessness is not a problem to eliminate but a signal to investigate. Ask yourself gently, what part of my life no longer reflects who I am becoming? The answer may surprise you. Beloved one, you are not required to destroy your current life to honor your future. Transformation can be gradual. You can begin while remaining responsible. You can explore without immediately abandoning everything. You can prepare quietly before making major decisions. Wisdom does not demand recklessness. It asks for conscious movement. Beloved one, I, Archangel Gabriel, surround you with the light of divine communication and remind you that your voice matters. The world may not hear it immediately. Some people may not understand it. Some may dismiss it. But your responsibility is not to control the response. Your responsibility is to speak from integrity when the moment calls for speech. There are words within you that may become healing for another person simply because you were willing to share what you learned. There are experiences within your story that may become guidance for someone who is walking through a similar valley. There are lessons you once believed were only painful that may eventually become part of your service. Do not underestimate what your journey can communicate. Beloved one, your scars may become language. Your failures may become wisdom. Your confusion may become compassion. Your recovery may become encouragement. Your questions may become the beginning of someone else's awakening. Nothing you have consciously transformed is wasted. Beloved one, you have been waiting for the divine message, but perhaps the deepest message is this: trust the light that has been quietly guiding you all along. You do not need to chase every sign. You do not need to decode every coincidence. You do not need to know every chapter before you begin the next one. Listen. Observe. Reflect. Act. Then listen again. Your path will communicate with you through consequences, opportunities, relationships, intuition, and the quiet movement of your own heart. Beloved one, if you feel that something is calling you now, do not immediately demand to know where it will lead. Ask only what the next faithful step is. Perhaps it is writing one page. Perhaps it is learning one skill. Perhaps it is making one phone call. Perhaps it is ending one unhealthy pattern. Perhaps it is finally saying yes to something you have feared. Perhaps it is simply giving yourself permission to believe again. Whatever it is, take it seriously. Small obedience to inner truth can open enormous doors. Beloved one, the message you have been waiting for is awakening within you because you are finally becoming quiet enough to hear it. The answer may not shout. It may whisper. And the whisper may say, begin. Begin before you feel completely ready. Begin before everyone understands. Begin before the outcome is guaranteed. Begin because something within you knows that remaining exactly where you are is no longer possible. I, Archangel Gabriel, stand beside you in this sacred threshold, surrounding your mind with clarity, your heart with courage, and your voice with truth. May you recognize the guidance that arrives without fear. May you recognize the opportunities that align with your growth. May you recognize the endings that protect your future. May you recognize the dreams that refuse to die because they carry something meaningful within them. And when you hear that quiet inner message, beloved one, do not dismiss it simply because it is gentle. The greatest transformations often begin with a whisper. The life you have been asking for may begin with one honest decision. The purpose you have been seeking may begin with one small act of service. The healing you desire may begin with one truthful conversation. The future you imagine may begin with one courageous step. So listen now. Become still. Let the noise fall away. Your soul has been speaking. The divine has not been silent. You were simply learning how to hear. And now, beloved one, the message is becoming clear. You are ready to move forward. You are ready to trust yourself. You are ready to use your voice. You are ready to release the need for perfect certainty. You are ready to become the messenger of the light that has been awakening within you all along.